Hi guys, going to do a bit of a video for you guys explaining how to do our most recent maths task. Okay, so we have it here. If we go into files in our teams and we go to integers folder, we go to our assignments folder and it's this one here. And we'll just wait while that opens up. Alright, so not a whole lot of information, there's no sort of physical pictures, but basically what you're doing is trying to design some sort of puzzle involving integer questions. Now you'll need at least 20 integer questions. We've done a lot over the last 2 weeks, lots of different ones. But to start with, you just write 20 integer questions and answer them yourselves. Obviously, the more difficult your questions are going to be, the better grade you're going to get. But if you do difficult questions and get them wrong, obviously that's going to affect your grade also. Okay, so try and put some difficult ones in there if you can. We want you to be able to test yourself. The other thing that I need to mention is that you 100% need to show all of your working out. So on a separate sheet of paper in your book, that's fine. I want you to do these 20 questions before you even start thinking about the puzzle. So your first step is going to be to do 20 integer questions on a separate sheet of paper showing all of your working out. Okay, you can use a couple from the textbook that we've been looking at if you like, but try to be a little bit creative and sort of test yourself as well. Okay. So I'm just going to show you an example of what it actually might look like. So this is one of my students last year that did a bit of a practice one. So they actually printed theirs out. And this is just, I'll just go back and show you where that was. So if we go, it's in our assignments folder and it's the one just above our actual task. So if we click on that, open that up. What you're doing, so these are obviously the questions, the big long ones. And then we have digit answers sort of, here. We can see 19, if we go from top left, we can go 19, there's 10, there's 16. And all that means is that the question, so we'll do I think letter I that's in that top left corner, that question there actually matches up with the answer 19 that is seen on A, all right? And that's part of your puzzle. So once you've done your 20 questions, you arrange them in terms of question and correct answer right next to each other. It doesn't have to be triangles. Triangles are nice and easy, but if you want to do squares or pentagons or hexagons, whatever, that's fine as well. The important thing is that, like we see in I in the top left corner, that our question matches up with the correct answer. All right. What makes it a puzzle is that you guys are going to do this sort of whole design that we can see here, so all of the different shapes there, and then you're going to cut them up and you're going to give them to, well, the idea is that you give them to a friend for them to sort of complete this puzzle, all right? So when you actually create yours, it can look exactly like what you see on the screen now. That is more than okay. But if you want to change your puzzle design up a bit as well, that's okay also. We'll just go back. So what you can do, there's what I've called a practice template here, just in our integers folder. All right, there's another example here also if you want to have a look at that. But yeah, the practice template for the assignment in a PDF looks like this. All right, so if we scroll down, here we go. All right, we get to this page here, which is just a blank template. So you can, if you want to, print this page out. You don't have to print the whole thing, just print page 6 off. That's fine. And what you can do is actually put your questions and answers that you've done on a separate piece of paper just in here. Obviously, you don't have to show you working out for the puzzle. You just write your question on, again, we'll look at the top left side here. We'll look at, we can do the question along that sort of triangle edge and then the answer right next door, right? So the important thing is that you have the question next to the answer. Once we cut those out, then obviously that's what makes it a puzzle for the next person that's going to do it. There's another example down here as well. All right, and I think, and this is just an example of how your working out might look. So you might have letter A, all right, letter A in that top left box there corresponds with letter A on here, and it's got the question for letter A. All right, so 12 times 5, take 3 times 20. So you might want to show your working out like that. You don't have to, that's just purely an idea. All right, so hopefully that gives you guys a bit more of an idea. Like I said, if you're struggling, just do this template that I've got on the screen, print it out, put your 20 questions and your 20 answers, arrange them however you want on there, as long as the question is opposite the answer, just like we can see in the top left corner. Sorry, no, we can't see that because they're all mixed up. But like we saw in the example back here, where the correct answer is lined up with the question in this top left corner here. All right, so question there on I, 65 divided by 5 times 2 takes 7 is going to be 19. All right, 65 divided by 5 is 13. Times by 2 is 26. Take 7 gives us 19. All right, so that's what we're aiming to do. So the template's there for you. If you want to do something else, that's fine as well. The examples are there for you to have a look at. All right, so any questions, please let me know on Teams or email me. Anything like that. If people are still a bit confused, I'm happy to do a bit of a video chat with people if they're at home also. All right, thanks very much.